Hi, my name is Christina and I'm your librarian here at Christina's Bookshelf, and today I am bringing you something I haven't brought you in a really long time. And for those that are following me or have subscribed for my straight MF reads, I was kind of neglected in that in August, and so I'm going to bring you the first two books of a series. It is MF, so for those of you who follow me, yay! I know, I'm really sorry. Forgive me. So what I have for you today are the first two books of the Men of Nirvana Flats series. Book 1, Knowing Beth, and Book 2, Thanking Stars. And I've had some people tell me that what they really enjoy is when a woman is kind of struggling and really needs that alpha male to just kind of bring her. These books are perfect for that. Here's why. Knowing Beth. Beth, when we first meet her, is homeless. She has been living out of her car for a while because she was a slave and her master just kind of kicked her out. Kicked her to the curb, was done with her, wanted nothing more to do with her. And so she had been living with him for a very long time, and now it's just kind of like, what do I do? I only have X amount of dollars. I really don't know anybody because she didn't get to get out much, didn't get to really do anything of life while she was under, and I'm not even going to name his name because I am so disgusted with this man that I'm not even going to tell you what it is. Read the book, figure it out for yourself. Really, all you need to know is that he is an asshole. She's sitting outside just kind of pondering what she's going to next. This motorcycle gang just kind of like pulls up and she's really leery. She just wants to get out of there, and they kind of see that she's in this turmoil, and so they kind of go up and to her and see what's going on. And at first I'm like, stranger danger, stranger danger, like just keep on walking. And they kind of like take over for her. I'm now in this panic like, oh my gosh, Beth, what the hell are you doing? Come to find out they're good guys. And you're probably like, thanks for the spoiler, Christina. I don't want you panicking like I panicked, and it's like in the first two chapters, so I really gave nothing away. Let's calm down. So Beth is taken in by this kind of like motorcycle club, and they're not really a gang. They're all very professional beings. The president is named Parker, and he is the physician in the town. It's not like this isn't a gang, but it's a club. It's a group of guys, and they're cool. And I like them, but they are all doms. They're very dominant men, very alpha men, and when they see Beth in distress, they can't just let her continue on her path. You know, they're gonna try to help her, give her what she needs, and the plan is then just to kind of let her go and grow and be. But you know what they say about Beth's laid intentions. We have Parker, as I said, he's the president of the Men of Nirvana Flats Motorcycle Club. He's the town physician, and he is immediately smitten with Beth. As Beth starts to divulge things and we learn things, we get to see exactly the kind of monster her ex was, exactly the inhumane being that he is. As things get more and more, they see the actual scars, actual just pain that Beth has gone through. And this really upsets everybody, especially when they figure out that this a-hole of a human already has his sights set on somebody else. Now they become like detectives, and they're gonna try to figure out who's next and what's going on. All of this is when we meet Lynn. Lynn is the main female character of book 2, Thanking Stars. So we meet her in book 1. At the end of Knowing Beth, I was bawling. I was so distraught that I was telling Kathy Rourke that something better happen. What I wanted to happen did not happen. So then we start book 2 pretty much where book 1 left off, and I'm already starting in tears. But Kathy does a good job of bringing in the peppy and the cheerful so that I'm not just starting a book completely devastated to where I'm like, you know what, F this, I don't want to read it, I'm going to move on to something else. No, she did a good job of reminding you, hey, this is what happened at the end of Knowing Beth. This is where we still are at the beginning of Thanking Stars, but here's a little humor. As I said, Lynn is the main female character in this one, and then we have Riley, who is the vice president of the Men of Nirvana Flats Club. Lynn moves from LA to Nirvana Flats. She's been given a very wonderful gift, and she takes full advantage of it. And who wouldn't in her situation? She too is a former slave of the a-hole whose name I will not mention. Only in her situation, she has something special and extra that comes with her. We realized through all of this that the a-hole had a particular taste, and Lynn and Beth look a lot alike. As we saw in Knowing Beth, there was kind of a struggle between some people on who would win Beth's affections. And so when Lynn comes in the picture, it was just kind of like, oh, hold the phone. And Riley was all like, mine, you know, call dibs. It was fun to kind of watch him try to smooth his way in there, while there were others trying to smooth their way in there. I don't know, when there's like a fight for somebody's affections and it's fun and playful, kind of as this is, but respectful at the same time, which is the big thing. I love it. I love how they went and they tried to do, and watching everybody say, okay, you know, I surrender, this beautiful woman is yours, carry on, but if something happens and you become an a-hole, we're gonna swoop in and steal your lady. I love when you can play in a group of men that respect and love each other, that it's not like gonna tear everything apart and it's not going to be like doomsday. You have now learned about these characters and you're now falling in love with these characters and these men with these big hearts and just love of life and love for their women. I mean, there's a couple children that are in this book that completely steal the show for me. Like, everything else was good, thank you very much, but these kids were absolutely freaking adorable. Two little boys, watching them get along, watching them play, watching them have fun, especially after traumatic events. And there is some really big traumatic events. We have Riley, and he has an ex-girlfriend. I'm just gonna call her X. I have no idea how to say her name. I'm not even gonna try to butcher it. She's kind of crazy at the beginning of this story. Like, she is ridiculous, and I just wanted to smack her so hard sometimes and say, get your shit together, woman. What is wrong with you? And she's dating this guy who's just, oh my gosh, I don't even know how to describe him other than here's just another a-hole of a man. And he decides that when things go south in their relationship, it's gonna take matters into his own hands. And I was completely distraught throughout this whole event that takes place in Thanking Stars. Having children of my own, I was just, there were times when I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, and just worked up, and I would have to put my Kindle down, I would have to read something else, or, you know, watch a comedy on TV, something to get my mind flowing and away from the story. And I had to keep telling myself, this is fiction, but it's so hard to do that when you can see it easy becoming a reality, and God forbid it ever becomes like your reality. Kathy does a great job of bringing realistic situations into the story and just grabbing a hold of you, and just your heart is pounding, your blood is pumping, saying, Christina, I don't know if I can do this. You totally can do this, and it's so worth sitting down and doing. These books are fantastic. They are MF, BDSM themed. You're gonna get a lot in the first book. I'm just gonna call it domestic violence, because there is no BDSM master-slave relationship going on that is safe, sane, and consensual between Beth and a-hole number one. So I'm just gonna label it as I see it, and you're gonna get some domestic violence, and it's gonna be hard, but so worth the read to watch her grow as a person and have that alpha male come in and just kind of like, okay, I'm taking over because right now you can't do this, and I'm gonna help you do it for you, and then you're gonna be able to do this. He didn't take over her life. She can still grow and prosper. Go to school, you know, do something that's gonna be for you. He didn't take her life away like a-hole number one. And then in book number two, we have this huge, traumatic, horrifying event. But we also see Lynn, who was also a slave of a-hole number one, grow and blossom, and she does some miraculous becoming of herself. And especially with Riley's help, seeing Riley's ex kind of also grow and develop throughout this event was really fascinating for me. I really enjoyed the storytelling that Kathy put into this. So we have the first two books of the Men of Nirvana Flats series. Right now it's a 4-book series. Kathy's working on the 5th book, so hopefully before that comes out, I'll have the next 2 for you. I'm giving these like 4 to 4.5 stars. They were really good. And you're gonna say, Christina, after all this gushing, once again, editing. It just boils down to simple editing. Men of Nirvana Flats by Kathy O'Rourke. Read. I will leave down below the links to Kathy's Amazon page, to Knowing Beth, and to Thanking Stars, so you can kind of get all of that. If you like what you've seen here, I'm going to ask that you leave me a comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would love to be one of those people that says, look for a video over Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Right now, my life is in disarray, and it's just going to be spontaneous in nature for a little while, so I can't guarantee you that, but that is the wonderful beauty of subscribing. If you'd like to follow me and kind of see what I'm doing, I try to keep up to date on some social media sites. I will leave with you my Facebook profile, Facebook page, and my Twitter. If you have a book or an arc you'd like me to read, I will also leave my email address down below for you. The Men of Nirvana Flats series, this is the first 2 books, Knowing Beth, Thanking Stars, 4.5 stars is what I'm giving it. Bye. Hi, my name's Christina. I'm your librarian here at Christina's Bookshelf, and today I'm bringing you another author spotlight. The author in the spotlight today is Lynne Suzanne. She is the creator of the Nexus series. Nexus is this fictional BDSM club. It's in an old southern plantation on the outskirts of Atlanta. It's fictional, but I like to say that it's also kind of mythical in the amount of things that happen there and the amount of O's that happen there and the satisfaction that goes on and the play